See everybody, and we're right in December. Is there a motion we approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes approved. All right, Virgil.
So, unfortunately, somebody not paying attention to what he was doing have 7 on the menu for y'all to know. So, first one is 2711 24th Street. This one was postponed or put on the burners for 30 days, I believe it was, but the owner has decided just to quit fighting this one and let this one go. So we will be voting this one to be condemned tonight.
Well, they put a good bit into it, hasn't they?
This one here now.
Oh, they have?
Is that the one that was, this the one that was the air property?
Yeah,
That's
it's one of the ones that's in their property.
Yeah, somebody wanted to
Yeah.
keep it, somebody wanted to.
They were debating it, but they knew that it was a lost cause, so they said they couldn't fight it anymore, just let it go. So there will be nobody here for this one, and we will be voting just to go ahead and demolish this one.
Yeah,
Alright.
so you know my last one was.
So the next one is 3113 Riggs Road. This one here is another multiple air property. The gentleman sent his brother up here last time, and he really didn't understand what he was up here fighting for, but the man, you can see, has at least boarded up the property. He cut the tree off of the roof. That's about all he's done so far. He has pulled a permit. He has pulled a permit. There has been no other repairs made to date. Now, this guy lives in Texas.
Why does that look? Why does that look better than that, Vernon? Are those dates right?
Yes. Well, because you can't see the rotted wood because of the tree
Okay.
in the top one, and
I'm saying those windows don't look bad.
yeah, but the
bad.
front windows were busted out, and
Okay.
we make them secure the house if they're going to let it sit there for any length of time, so squatters don't get in.
And you said the owner of this property lives in Texas.
Lives in Texas.
Will they be here today?
No.
Okay.
He's not going to be here today. He wanted to do a Zoom call, but we don't do Zoom calls anymore. He did submit an email saying what he was going to do, what he wanted to do. I will tell you this, he's tried to get a grant, and I told him when he tried to get it, he wasn't going to be able to, and he wasn't because of there's no clear title. He does want to make the repairs. He's asking for 90 days. I don't see enough improvement, in my opinion, to grant it. So I'm gonna leave this one with y'all on that. Mine is still to condemn on this one.
But he doesn't have a clear title.
No, sir. No, sir. There's like 8 different heirs. Some of them have died, so then it's going to even go further down. We don't know how many heirs possibly could be involved in this one.
We just need to take it off our plate.
In my opinion, yes. There will be somebody here to speak on behalf of the property, but it will not be the person trying to save the house. All right. The next one is 3153 Riggs Road, right down the street. Same thing. It was tabled on August 12th. She has done nothing since we tabled this one. I have not heard from her. I tried to reach out to her this morning. Voicemail was full, so I texted her and let her know about the hearing tonight. She has received her mailings, but the last we talked, the way she talked, I don't think she's going to try to. I mean, she hasn't done anything that y'all asked her to do in the 30 days that you gave her. So that's another one that I would just say go ahead and vote this one to condemn. If they want to appeal, then they have that right. All right. So that's all the old ones. Now we've got some new ones. 2317 Jack Warner Parkway. This one is the slab. This is the old Jerry's Cleaners building. This is what it looks like today. The slab is still there. When they tore the building down, for some reason, he left the slab there. This is Marcus Minges. He owns the property. He said he had some use he wanted to use for it, but it's my understanding he has never presented it to the city. So this one here just needs to come up.
So what are we?
The slab,
Where we-
condemning the slab.
pull the slab up?
Yes, sir.
Why
Mr.
do we-
Minges will be here. I don't know what he's gonna argue, but he will be
It's
here.
like we did after the tornadoes and so many every place.
Exactly.
Do we typically, I'm not familiar with this, but why do we
either.
care if there's a slab there?
When a house is, when a property is demolished, they're supposed to remove everything and take it back to natural ground. When he demolished this building, he did not. And so, but then you've seen the previous pictures, it becomes a place for him to use as a storage lot, and that's not what it's designed for. It's not an approved, use for the property or anything like that. The slab is supposed to come out, take it back to natural ground, then you can just maintain the grass. Because even in the condition it's in now, you can see it's filthy. It's an eyesore.
It's just an eyesore.
Yeah,
That's what I-
I
and
agree.
nobody around there. I mean, it's going to bring down the property values, and
Looks
that's the
bad,
whole
doesn't it?
issue with this property. This started back when we were working on Jack Warner Parkway there, and I gave him. He couldn't get trucks in and out of there because of the work that was going on there. So that was a 1.5-year project. So and then it's been sitting here like this for the last, I believe, a year in the same condition. The only thing he's done is got most of the stuff off. But he will be here to represent this property and the one right next to it that's up next.
About how long would it take a reasonable person to clean that off if they wanted it done?
You mean to get rid of the slab?
Yeah.
3 days. Literally 3 days, so. Now, he's the owner of the next property as well, 2327 Jack Warner Parkway. This is the old house's garage. You can see multiple busted out windows, still trash, overgrown debris, all of these windows, the holes in the roof, the doors, it's open to the public. He has, you'll see here in a minute, that was Friday when I was out there. That's the way it's still in as of last Friday. So,
So people could go in there and light a fire, warm up.
Yes.
If they wanted to.
yeah, there's ways to get in that building. Plus, you see, he's still storing stuff on the property even after being told by code enforcement to remove all trash, debris, and everything else. I don't have a problem with him saving this building. The building still is savable if he's got a legitimate plan to do so, but he hasn't done what needs to be done to keep it there. So I'll let him present his case for the building, and y'all can make your decision on that one. It's been here for a while. My recommendation, of course, is to demolish it.
If he keeps the building there, I mean, the building is not condemned, is that correct?
If he makes the repairs,
If he makes the
yeah, if he makes the repairs,
The building is not condemned.
right.
If the building is not condemned and you can store stuff in there.
Yeah, he
can
could
you do
use
that?
he could use it as inside the building. He can't
Okay.
store on the lot like that. He can't just leave the junk outside. He's got to
Okay.
maintain the property, fix the windows, fix all the doors so it's secured from the public, and then it could be used as storage because there's a lot of stuff inside the building. There is a lot of stuff. That's all I can give you is a lot of stuff in the building.
That's another word that begins with a S you might want to use.
All right. And then this is the last one, 3620 23rd Street. This is a burn house over off of boy, my mind just went blank. Anyway, this is on the west side as well. The owners will be here to represent this house. They have pulled a permit. She said they've started doing some work inside. I can't get inside to see, to prove if there's any work, but there's been no repairs to the outside of this building yet. She will be here to represent this house.
Where is that again? I'm sorry.
That is over off of, it's on 23rd Street on the west side, 3620.
Is this the first time we've seen this one?
Yes, this is the first time we've seen this one. Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't, if she gives you a legitimate plan of action, which like I said, she has pulled a permit, and
How long ago
on
did
the
she
permit,
pull it?
she has the right scope of work to make the repairs. They just haven't started yet.
How long ago did she pull the permit?
It was after I posted it for condemnation. She did pull the permit with all the speculations, I mean, the specifications of what needed to be repaired are on the scope of work. She said, like I said, she says she started removing some of the walls inside, the damaged walls. I don't know. I haven't seen that part. I wouldn't have a problem with giving her 90 days to see what kind of progress they make on this one. And that should be all I've got. Oh, no, wait a minute, I'm sorry. I forgot. I do have one more. 4700 McFarland Boulevard East, the old Motel 6.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, what are they doing with that thing?
Yeah, I wondered.
Okay, so this one here, the owner had made a lot of the repairs to the front side of the building, and then it just sat there for months upon months, and then all the repairs that he made got busted back out. Vagrants and squatters took it over again. He has secured up everything. He is back out there working on it actively. As of Friday, he has a crew out there. Actually, there's 2 crews out there working, finishing up the back balconies on it. So he is making some repairs. The owner will be here tonight to represent.
Does he have a plan that you know of to put it back to the motel?
Yeah, he's trying to fix it back up to put it back in as a motel. The original, somewhere down the line, there was some cross signals between our previous director saying that there was a possibility that he could partially open up this thing, but there was no way to keep it safe by doing that. So that's kind of how we got to this position. But you can see that he is making repairs. I was told that there is supposed security out there 24/7 now. And it's our recommendation to give them 90 more days to see if they can move forward with the current repairs that they're
Where
making.
is it? Where is it?
I'm around McFarland.
Right on.
The old Motel 6 across from McDonald's on the
I
Highway
think
82.
Chief wanna talk, speak on
Yeah,
it.
chief.
I don't speak
Yep.
on many properties, council. This property in my 20 years of law enforcement has been a constant problem for 20 years. It keeps going back and forth. We're gonna fix it. It becomes full of homeless, people breaking in. It's a nonstop. As far as the public safety aspect of it, I believe this property needs to come down.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that too.
I will add, council, Mr. Cam Parsons represents the property owner in this one. He reached out to my office on Friday. He is having some, he has some medical appointments in Birmingham and cannot be here tonight. He asked that we table it for a month, for him to be here. I reached out to Mr. Lanier. Mr. Lanier, I think, understood and certainly wants to move forward with this, but from when we talked yesterday, didn't have an issue with giving him time to let Cam be here for him.
Just the table here, Cam, it's not gonna change my mind. I definitely don't wanna give it 90 days, so I just say, we vote tonight, just the table,
30 days.
30 days.
30 days, I believe he will either show the progress that y'all need to see, or he's gonna show you
It's
this
just time to
time.
get that.
It ain't no progress he can show me. He could, you know,
It's
it's
gonna take
coming
him
down. I mean, I'll
Thousands
hear
of
him out
dollars
because
to
he gotta
fix the
go.
parking
I
lot.
agree.
Yeah, it's on the ground as far as I'm
Cameras here.
concerned.
Now, the owner will be here tonight to represent. I know Cam's not gonna be here, but the owner or the person that's doing the work to it, he will be here to represent. So,
That is.
Get more comedy if Cam was here.
He might
Merry
have to
Christmas.
wait.
They probably gonna put Christmas lights all over.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It's awful, needs to come down.
Oh, yeah.
any other questions for me on this one?
That's 7 tonight, huh?
Yes, sir. I kind of made a mistake when we definitely wanted this one on here, and I accidentally put 3 others along with it. So I apologize for the error on
Well, that's
that.
why we get
That will not
beat off
happen
2
again, I
weeks.
promise you.
All right, thank you, Virgil. Okay, Zach.
Good afternoon. I have a rezoning for you guys. This is at 2100 and 2102 Fifth Avenue East. They're rezoning from SFR1 to MR1, and this is in Council District 2. So the location of the property, so this is kind of in the Forest Lake area, behind Midtown Village, close to Snow Hinton Park, just north of Hargrove Road. currently zoned SFR1, and then this is what it looks like today. So there are some apartments around the area, and then some homes as well along 21st Street East, and then 2 homes on the property today. They're requesting to rezone just to really increase the density on this lot. So again, here's what it looks like today, and this is what they're proposing. So 5 homes with some parking, access off of 21st Street East. These are some renderings of what those might look like. And so framework identifies this as traditional neighborhood edge, and so this zoning request does conform to the framework plan, and the use also conforms to the framework plan, as you can see here. However, at Planning and Zoning Commission, they voted not to recommend this rezoning request by a vote of 5 to 3, and you can see those yes and no votes there.
So is the yes not to, or the yes to?
Sorry, I switched or no is to approve. Like I guess
No
the
is
standing
to
motion
approve.
is to approve, and they said no. Right.
What was
Motion
the
to
reason?
approve, they voted no. So 5 people voted no, 3 people voted yes to approve.
What was the basis of the no vote?
So I think Ms. Howard can speak a little bit more on this, because this is Mr. Sintel, and we met with after the
him
meeting.
again,
Mhm.
So, there was some discussion from one of the residents in the area, not really in opposition of it, but it just made me want to go back and speak with the developer again. I did have some questions about things that become typical issues in the area, such as pulling the garbage carts to the streets.
Mhm.
And what did we say about that?
Yeah,
Like,
so
are they doing a dumpster, are they doing individual garbage carts?
they're gonna do garbage carts, I believe, but they're essentially creating an HOA, which is kind of what you were
Yeah.
pushing for, to kind of regulate all of those items.
So I asked them for a stronger HOA, and there, like I said, there wasn't really opposition from the community, but just concerns that I needed to deal with again.
Who is it, Brandon, the developer?
Yeah, it is, huh?
Who is the developer?
It wasn't anyone who I was familiar
Familiar
with.
with.
JL Pate Construction. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think I've heard of them before.
I don't see how they can have an HOA, really, that would be effective to me.
They worked on it. They worked on it, they worked on it. They went back to it and worked on it, and so I'm good. So today I'm in favor of moving forward. Yeah, it's gonna be a
You
nice.
are in favor of that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm sorry, I thought I made that
Where
clear.
is it? I mean, is it behind, behind that one street that runs right behind Midtown?
Right. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know that roundabout?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's right near there.
Coming from Jason's Deli. right
Yes,
there,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
So they worked really hard. Centel worked really hard to try to make this be an absolute upgrade for that.
Okay.
And then I have an annexation request for you guys. This is Dominion Investment Properties, annexing about 41 acres south of Acadian Place. So Mr. Crow is familiar with this one. So this is south of Acadian Place, in between Black Warrior and River Bluff Drive. Pretty large piece of property here. They are requesting to rezone for city infrastructure for a proposed residential development, which will have 23 residential lots that you can see here. So they're accessing off of that existing stub street in River Bluff Drive. They met pretty substantially with the property owners and really worked on this plan to get it to a place where everyone was comfortable. Because initially they had continued the request, met with them, and then a lot of the opposition ended up coming in support. And so then it ended up being unanimously recommended for approval. And they're just gonna stay SFR1, but annex into the city.
Okay, you good, Norman?
Yes. They worked through a lot of issues.
That's all I got.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Zach. Mayor Maddox?
I don't have any comments. We do have a few items for executive session.
Okay. All righty, Brandy.
Alright, so I've got one to go over with you guys today. The Police and Fire Pension Board, there is a council appointee who is no longer a resident of the state of Alabama, so you guys will need to find a new appointee for the Police and Fire Pension Board.
Oh, you want to advertise it, or how do we do that?
Yeah, we can
Can
advertise.
we
Or,
put a retiree on there?
so there is already a retiree position for that particular board that is filled. So this one
So
is
you couldn't put a retiree on the other spot?
no. So
I'm
this
gonna
will
get
just-
asked about that, so I wanted to.
No,
jump
the
ahead.
retiree position is already filled.
Okay, so the one we advertised for 2 weeks?
Sure.
Okay.
And Scott or Corley, how long do we anticipate? Does that board continue in existence
So
after we fold into RSA?
yes, the board will continue to act as long as they would like until they take action to either dissolve themselves or make themselves inactive.
What would they have to do?
They will have to take a vote as part of the RSA conversion
Just-
process.
okay.
Theoretically, they could vote not to dissolve, but they would be assetless, and I can't imagine there'd be any reason. they
Well,
wouldn't do
there are final votes that will need to happen, so the board will probably exist for about a year afterwards. You'll have to have a final audit, you'll have to have a final, filing of all tax forms and all of that kind of thing. So it might continue on past that, but that
So whoever goes on, whoever's picked, they'll be there a year and a half, at the most.
Potentially.
Do we have to pick someone? Do we need to replace this person?
I am not aware of there being any quorum issues if you guys chose not to appoint someone.
Why don't we just see if anybody's.
Let's not bother it, see if it'll not bother it.
I don't see any point in adding
I will
somebody.
say that the board's attorney, inquired about it yesterday
She
at the
did.
board meeting.
I don't see, and I could be way off base, I don't see that there's anything to do except to vote themselves out of a job.
Turn off the lights.
But that's, whatever y'all think, I don't care.
I really don't either, but I think since we got an opening, just do what we've always done.
All right. I'll be back to see if we have any other appointees.
And there may not be any. All right, Scott.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
I apologize for my voice. I believe I have caught the crud from my 7-year-old, so I will lean on some Sudafed and we'll get through today. I am kind of right in the middle between some of the things that building inspections and UD did. We're on page 33. You'll be setting a cost of demolition for the structure located at 512 Hargrove Road East and authorizing the filing of the lien. On page 34, you'll be setting the cost of demolition of the structure at 434 8th Avenue Northeast and authorizing the filing of the lien. Then we'll skip down to page 36, where you'll be rejecting all bids for generator inspections and maintenance. This comes to you from purchasing. On page 37, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a certification HUD form for the Tuscaloosa County Housing Authority regarding the consistency of public housing authority plan with the consolidated plan or state consolidated plan and analysis of impediments to fair housing choice. This came to you from CD committee on November 18th. On page 38 through 39, you'll be authorizing the mayor to amend the lease agreement with Ascension FBO Network. This is Hawthorne Global Aviation Services at the Tuscaloosa National Airport. This came to you in projects on the 18th. On page 40, you'll be authorizing amendment number 1 to the engineering contract with McGiffert Associates for the Eastover Drainage Improvements Project. This is a total amended contract amount of $400,132. And again, came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 41 through 42, you'll be authorizing a reimbursement resolution pursuant to the United States Treasury Regulation section. This came to you in finance on the 18th. On page 43, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, or services from Pump and Process Equipment Incorporated. This is a total of $16,260 and is from Water and Sewer for a Fairbanks Morse Model 4-inch B5432 7.5 horsepower vertical built together dry pit.
Oh.
That is a previously budgeted purchase that comes to you from purchasing that Ms. Michael could surely tell you more about than I could. On page 44, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, or services from Tuscaloosa Tractor. This is a total of $24,904.39. This is for environmental services and is for a 2025 Kubota. This again came to you as a previously budgeted purchase from purchasing. On page 45, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, or services from Stivers Ford Lincoln. This is a total of $47,826. It is, again, from Environmental Services for a 2026 F-150 Super Crew 4x4. And again, this is a previously budgeted purchase that comes to you from purchasing. On page 46, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, or services from Grimco. This is a total of $27,799.64. This comes to you from Public Works and is for an HP Latex 730 printer. And again, this is a previously budgeted purchase that comes to you from purchasing. On page 47, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Amundsen and Associates. This is a total of $38,500 and came to you in projects on the 18th. On page 48, you'll be authorizing the renewal of insurance coverage. I believe this is one we came to you about, I believe, in executive session on the 18th. On page 49, you'll be authorizing professional services contract with Sprout Social. This is a total not to exceed $13,033.08. This came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 50, you'll be authorizing a professional services contract with Vital Exams LLC. This is a total not to exceed $166,000 that came to you in projects on the 18th. On page 51, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Building Specialties Company. This is a total of $2,670 and again came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 52, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Fast Signs. This is a total of $2,942.54, and this came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 53, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Ryan Metal Works. This is a total of $34,700 and came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 54, you'll be authorizing a contract for professional consulting and related services with Bullock Environmental. This is a total of $7,500 and came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 55, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Dixie Painting and Sandblasting. This is a total of $28,761 that came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 56, you'll be authorizing a contract with Jacobs Engineering Group. This is a total not to exceed $50,000 and came to you in projects on the 18th. On page 57, you'll be authorizing a contract with Jim House and Associates and declaring a bid law exemption pursuant to Alabama Code 411651B7. This is a total of $44,700 and comes to you from our Water and Sewer Department. On page 58, you'll be authorizing a contract with Biddle Consulting Group and declaring a bid law exemption pursuant to Alabama Code 411651A15, and this is a total of $32,198 and comes to you from the Tuscaloosa Police Department. On page 59, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute an appraisal services contract with Southeast Appraisals for property appraisals regarding the Eastover Drainage Improvements Project. This is a total of $10,400 that came to you on projects on the 18th. On page 60 through 61, you'll be tentatively awarding a public works contract to Dominion Construction Company, LLC, for the University Boulevard East Roadways Improvement Project. This is a total of $13,309,415.02, and this doubled up and will be presented today in Projects Committee. On page 62, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 1 Improvement Funds to the Bryant High School. This is a total of $1,000 and will be doubled up and discussed in finance today. On page 63, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 1 Improvement Funds to the Tuscaloosa County Park and Recreation Authority. This is a total of $500 and will be doubled up in finance today. On page 64, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 1 Improvement Funds to Rose's Leadership Academy and Mind Changers. This is a total of $2,000 and again will be doubled up and spoken about in Finance Committee today. On page 65, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 1 Improvement Funds to the St. Paul Baptist Church, New Enoch Ministry Baptist Church. This is a total of $1,500 and was doubled up and will be on finance today. On page 66, you'll be approving job class specifications for Information Technology and Public Works. That came to you in admin on the 18th. On page 67 and 68, you'll be authorizing amendment number 2 to the 2025 B warrant series budget. This was discussed in finance on the 18th. On page 69, you'll be introducing zoning amendment number 24 regarding approximately 0.18 acres located at 1125 19th Street from MR1 to MR2. This request is from Longleaf Engineering. It came out of the Planning Commission on November 17th. And again, this is just for introduction today. Skipping the item Mr. Pons covered, on page 73 through 78, you will be amending sections 21 through 28 and 21 through 29 of the Code of Tuscaloosa. This came to you in admin on the 18th. On page 79, you'll be amending exhibits A and B of 19-42 of the Code of Tuscaloosa regarding IT and public works. This also came to you in admin on the 18th. On page 80 through 81, you'll be declaring property surplus and no longer needed for municipal purposes, and this is regarding the TPD Air Patrol hangar, and that request comes from my office. On page 82 through 122, you'll be authorizing the issuance and making provisions for the payment of $45 million maximum principal amount general obligation series warrants series 2026A, and this was discussed in finance on the 4th. On page 123, you'll be setting January 6th as the date for a public hearing to consider adoption of zoning amendment number 24. That was the one I covered just briefly a moment ago. Are there any questions for me?
Okay.
So on the hangar,
Yes,
Scott,
sir.
this declares its surplus.
Yes, sir.
Do we, at what point do we attach a price to it?
There is a
Is it
appraised
auctioned
price.
or is there a?
There's an appraised price. I
estimate or-
believe council's already approved
Nice.
a resolution authorizing the contract for its sale for the appraised price of $960.
960.
Yes, it's on projects today. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, we got projects 230, finance 3, public safety 330, council, of course, at 5. Historic preservation meets tomorrow, and then on Monday, planning and zoning commission will meet. Two announcements I want to make is that two big things coming up, and I'll send them to you, but January 19th is going to be the ribbon cutting on the Tuscaloosa Tennis Center, and if you haven't been by there, y'all are going to be so proud. It's just absolutely stunning what they've done, and I want to give a shout out to Robbins Bonner. The latest announcement we just got at that center in Alberta, the NCAA Division II National Championships are going to be there in 2026, and that's amazing, and that's ESPN, that's all that type of thing. And then, of course, they already got the Gulf South Conference Championships for 3 years, and then you got the National Junior Tennis Association National Championships as well. So that's 3 incredible tournaments that are going to bring thousands of folks in, and it hadn't even opened yet.
You tried to get Wimbledon to come over here?
They may be next. It may be next. You never know. I tell you, but Robbins Bonner, if you see him, he's just. I mean, he is hitting it hard. And also, I want to thank Eric Thompson, especially too, for all your work. And there's going to be for the community. There's going to be a significant upgrade in the playground equipment and something very special that no other. It's part that we don't have in Tuscaloosa, so I'm excited for that. And so it's kind of just a big deal for JC Park altogether, but that's January 19th. They're going to have a week-long free courts, free use of the courts and all these types of things, and free memberships and stuff like that. So then on January 20th at 3 o'clock, I hope everybody can be in Alberta for the groundbreaking on the streetscape. It's going to have a Jefferson's theme to it. I'm a huge Jefferson's fan, and moving on up on the east side, and we're going to have, it's not going to be a polite little clapping thing. It's going to be a big time fun. We're going to hear George Jefferson all over Alberta. And I'm excited. I'm so excited about it. I'm trying to get the walk down.
You don't ever do that now.
I'll be, because
You're a little too tall to be George Jefferson, though.
well, that's okay. I watch that man every single day of my life. And I do. So then we also in January, and I'll get that to you. We've got our meetings with the University of Alabama leadership team for lunch on that day, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to be on the agenda, but it's the 20th, 21st or something like that as well. So I've got a lot of things coming up in January, and I do want to take this moment since I tell you, I just love. I hope I've told y'all this. I think the city of Tuscaloosa has some of the greatest people that I'll ever have the pleasure of knowing, and over all my years here. But I just want to. You've just been so supportive, and this past Sunday I lost my dog, and my dog was the. If you know, I mean, it was strictly like a family to me. And 14 and a half years old, died in my arms, thank goodness. But the number of calls and the number of texts and emails from most everybody in here, but the city of Tuscaloosa, it's just unbelievable. We just have absolutely some of the finest people on earth that work for the city. And I can't tell you how much it all meant to me. I especially enjoyed my conversation with Chris last night, and I found out that we certainly share a love of dogs. I think this world would be a whole lot better place if everybody had a dog. And I know how Walt feels about dogs. When we first met on the council, just about your first year, you had a pretty a long-time companion that left, and
I got divorced and lost my dog.
that's right.
Let's talk about that dog.
The dog.
Heard about the dog.
Heard about the dog. That's the point.
Oh my God.
Man, I tell you, last night was the first night coming home without him at the door, and it just killed me. And Busby's with PD all the time, and Norman lost 2 dogs this past year, and it's a loss like none other. And I just can't thank you enough for all your kind calls and messages, and it just means a whole lot to me, and I appreciate it. Is there a motion to go in executive session?
Moved.
Second.
Got a second?
Second.
Got a motion and second? All right, Scott.
Yes, sir. As your city attorney and attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama, I can certify that this executive session is to discuss preliminary negotiations involving matters of trade or commerce in which the governmental body is in competition with private individuals or entities or other governmental bodies in Alabama or other states or foreign nations, the discussions of which would have a detrimental effect upon the competitive position of the parties in negotiations, if disclosed outside of an executive session.
Okay, motion second, all in favor?